We've covered going through a lot of important features in the PDM browser, but what does collaboration actually look like when you have two people working on it at the same time? We're going to take a look now in this video. Here I am working on the Do Nothing machine in my safe. But let's say for this video we have another user, let's call him Bill, that is working in this same safe. So Bill is remotely connected to the same safe that I am, and we can watch as Bill and I interact and work with one another. So let's see what it looks like for Bill when I make changes. To enhance my Do Nothing machine, I'll open up a display stand for it. There's my display stand. Let's do a save as. I won't check this into the safe for right now, but I will make sure that my Do Nothing project is selected. Great, I'll close my assembly and let's see what these things look like for me. First, you can see that we have all of our parts imported. Now, Bill can refresh all he wants, but nothing will show up because our parts are not checked in. So in order for parts to be visible to other users, we will need to make sure that these are checked in. I'll go to my display stand and check it in. Now, once it's checked in, Bill has a few options on how he wants to see the parts, right? You can always click this refresh button and things will show up, or you can simply navigate out of the view and back into it, and every time we click on a folder, things will update automatically. So through your natural navigations through the safe, you should be able to have things update as you need them. But if you want to make sure, there's always a refresh button up here. Well, we'll say Bill sees these new files and would like to organize them a little bit. So perhaps Bill creates a new folder. We'll call it Subassemblies. And perhaps Bill will take this Do Nothing machine and move it into the Subassemblies folder. Next, perhaps I'll want to take a look at that. And sure enough, my Subassemblies folder shows right up. Next, perhaps Bill wants to select the parts and move them into the Parts folder. Next, even just double-clicking in this gray space allows me to update and see the changes that Bill has made in real time. Well, now maybe I'll decide that I sure would like to edit my display stand and include the Do Nothing machine on it. So I'll go ahead and open this file up. And as this file is open, I'll take a quick look over at Bill's PDM server. And as it refreshes, you can see that there is a lock on it. And Bill can see that I am the one locking it. He also can see my machine that I am locking it from. So we'll go ahead and edit this, knowing that Bill can see my lock on there. And I'll insert my design as needed. And there I've been able to place my Do Nothing machine on the display stand. So I'll go ahead and hit the Save button here. And as I save this, I'll check it into the safe and say OK. You'll notice that my latest version is now on version 2. Bill's is on version 1, but as this updates, the PDM server will now say that it's in version 2. There we go. And it is still locked by me. So I'll go ahead and close my window. And then the lock goes away with our Do Nothing project. So Bill can see that this is now unlocked. Well, let's say that I want to make one more change. I'll open my display stand. As you can tell, the lock shows up, and I'll begin editing first by, maybe I want to make this flexible. I'll go to my Do Nothing machine, make it flexible, and now I can move it around as a subassembly. So now I'll edit this part by selecting Edit here, and I'll start a 2D sketch on this face. So here I've been able to edit my assembly in a way that I have my text engraved here. I'm going to go ahead and save, but let's say that I don't check this in. Now let's say that Bill is very anxious to edit this Do Nothing machine as well, and he notices that it is locked, but he wants to edit it anyway. So Bill jumps on, and Bill also goes to edit this same part. And we'll say that Bill came up with another modification. Perhaps it's a little bit narcissistic, but there we are. So Bill wants to save this as well. Let's have Bill hit the save button. And notice Bill's check into safe is grayed out. And he has this warning: this file is locked for editing by me. But he can proceed to save it locally. We'll have Bill close this. And now I'll check this in. If I ever want to get rid of that lock icon manually, I can also right-click and unlock the part. And now, Bill wants to check in his changes. And Bill is told, you are trying to check in modifications based on an older version of this file. Are you sure you wish to continue? So after this warning, we see another warning that says the parts folder is out of date. So let's make sure that we update the parts folder. And again, this updates just by clicking on it. Now we'll go to the display stand, we'll check in. We see our warning, and we can apply our changes anyway. And now we have different versions of our assembly, right? I can go to my versions here. And I can see my initial version. I can see where I made some changes, I think in version 4, there we go. And then Bill's changes are showing up in red. So Bill and I need to meet and decide which one is best. And I think we'll have to go with the one that says Do Nothing Machine, so we'll restore that one, right? Now with these changes restored, we can see even on Bill's side, there's now version 6 that's been restored from version 4, and the conflict is resolved. We also can see where Bill checked this in, right? He checked it in as Alibre user 1. So that's how we can deal with collaboration in the PDM server and safe. We're able to see, largely in real time, the updates that our users have been able to make. So that's how we're able to review in real time exactly what it looks like when people make changes in the folders that you are working on. And that is how we use collaboration in the PDM safe. Let's also cover in the next video some interesting parts of metadata and how to really make the most of it in your parts.